Well, this one is definitely geared for the striker in your team. Let's jump in and see what I mean. This one is called the Attacante 433 by Vujevic, and Attacante means striker. So you've got the three up front, two in support, one in attack. This should be interesting. So a 433, we've seen it a little bit here and there, not a lot on this channel. We cover more of the 4-2-4s, but we're going to take a look at it today in a holiday sim with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. So let's just dive in and see how it worked. Well, looking at the Premier League, it looks pretty nice. 95 points for Liverpool, 120 goals. Very well done. 3 losses to Brentford, Man City, and Newcastle. But Aston Villa getting 82 in third place is a good margin, but that's 77 goals. That's a little down. Wow, Liverpool having a phenomenal run all the way to both domestic cups. Carabao Cup final crushing Fulham 5-0. Absolutely thrashing Manchester United 7-1 in the FA Cup 5th round, getting to the final all the way 3-0 over Nottingham Forest. And another almost perfect run here in the Europa League, getting to the final, beating Atalanta only 2-2 in penalties after crushing Manchester United 7-1. It's 4 trophies. I'll take it. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. And so does this. The average rating, the green, is just through the roof. We have 41 goals for Salah, 25 for Nunez, 21 for Jota, assists 17 for Darwin Nunez and Tsimikas, interestingly enough. And then average rating 7.61 for Salah. But now, on the other hand, with Aston Villa out in the Carabao Cup third round immediately, 3-4 to Manchester United. They do get to the FA Cup semi-finals, but lose out to Nottingham Forest 0-1. They kick the crap out of Chelsea too, 7-1. Wow. And Everton and Wolves. And a pretty nice run all the way to the Conference League final, a 4-2 win over Copenhagen. So yeah, domestically, whatever. But winners of the Conference League, third place in the Premier League. This is a pretty good season too. And look at that green in the squad. Definitely not what you usually see, but 24 goals for Ollie Watkins, 19 for Diaby, assists 15 for Luis, Digne with 14, and then average rating Ollie Watkins with a 7.38. Attacking wise, very nicely done there. Defensively, not too bad either. I mean, definitely better than probably Aston Villa is going to be. But 3.16 goals per game, 0.74 conceded, 0.84 XG against. Yeah, Aston Villa defensively is flat somewhere. I mean, they've got the shutouts there, but overall, this top section is definitely not as good as we've seen in the past, at least. Goals per game is where it's missing on the attack. Only 2.03, but one flat conceded is actually still better than usual. 1.31 XG against, not so much. Premier League stats, a flat 2.5 points per game for Liverpool in first. Villa with 2.16. Most goals in first for Liverpool, 120 down to 77. Man City getting up there with 79 though, but again, that's 77 is a little low. Fewer shots against Liverpool in first with 251, Aston Villa with 339. Most possession, 53% for Liverpool, 52 for Aston Villa. Most dribbles made, first and second, 805 for Liverpool, 765 for Villa. And most shots for, again, first and second, 756 down to Aston Villa's 607. But now, of course, this is going to do really well for Ipswich Town, right? Well, yeah. I mean, 8 points above Leicester in second with 108, 118 goals. Not through the roof that we've seen in other tactics, but it still worked very well. They do get to the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, just losing out in penalties to Brentford. And then the FA Cup third round, you get to a replay at least, but unfortunately out in penalties against Man City. So I would say that's not bad. So yeah, domestically, whatever. But first place by 8 points, pretty good. Yeah, only a handful in the green. What do you expect? But 28 goals for Hurst, 9 for Connor Chaplin, interestingly enough, right there at the front level. But 16 assists for Fabian Reeder, who comes in, 12 for George Hurst. But a 7.23 for Jordan, a 7.17 for George Hurst. Championship stats. Points per game, 2.35 in first place. Most goals in first with 118. You've seen more. We've seen a lot more there. Third place Ipswich for shots against in 362. Most possession in fifth with 54%. Most dribbles made in third with 902. And most shots for in first with 793. So on to the tactic itself. We start out with a sweeper, keeper, and defend. Fullbacks on the left and the right in support. Ball-playing defenders in the central spots. A roaming playmaker in support. A CM in attack on both sides. 2 pressing forwards in support. And an advanced forward in attack. Balanced mentality, in possession attacking with his standard, approach play is pass into space, underlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right, passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, and step up more. So overall, how did this work for our three teams? Definitely worked well. Attacking side is there in spades. Unfortunately, the goals just aren't there, but it still worked very well. At Liverpool, the goals are there. 120. Yeah, that worked. Aston Villa, on the other hand, not so much. But the defense, yeah, I mean, you're letting them get a lot of chances, it seems, but you're not letting them get in goal. So that's kind of a help. XG against was really nice. The goals for Aston Villa especially just weren't there. I don't know. But if you tried this tactic, let us know how it worked for you in the comments below. But here, it was pretty nice in many respects. So that's it for me, Sevian FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.